Help support AMTV by becoming a patron, an AMTV staff member, and following us over on Twitter. Hi there guys, it's Adam Martin here, and welcome back to another installment of the Now Review. This one, the title is a bit all over the place, but I believe most sites and people are calling it now Live Forever, The Anthems. Or I suppose you could title it as Now the Anthems Live Forever. That's more of a cohesive sentence. But anyway, they're all going higgledy-piggledy. But let's look at this thing. Well, the colours, man. I mean, we've got predominantly like light blue paint on yellow, which is a cracking colour combination. You've got shades of red at the top, a bit of black, a bit of white. It's a very, again, aesthetically pleasing cover like some of the past we've looked at this year. I do wish there'd maybe been a bit more colour, but I guess these are very... Well, you can argue what on earth is an anthemic colour. It's all subjective, really. But I like it. I like what we're seeing here. And if you look, we have our track list. Well, not track list, our artist features again. So you've got people like Oasis, The Clash, The Manic Street Preachers, Radiohead, New Order, Pulp, Suede, R.E.M., and a lot more. It's a bit hard for me to read there, but there's a lot of artists on here. Now, this is a spin-off album, of course, so as you've probably come to expect. This is a 4-disc album, and it's been released in these very thin packaging there, which is so easily creased, which is such a shame. This one hasn't been yet, but just be careful when if you're picking this up in a shop, you might have better luck, but if you're ordering online, just be careful. See how the spine is there. And so, yes, here we are. 4 discs here. Let's have a look what's on. Okay, so CD1, you've got Live Forever by Oasis, which makes sense because, you know, that is the title of the album. You've got The Clash, or Should I Stay or Should I Go, an immense anthem, of course. Disco 2000 by Pulp, I'm surprised they didn't go for Common People. You've got Trash by Suede, you've got Lust for Life by Iggy Pop, Regret by New Order, Friday I'm in Love by The Cure, you've got The Lars, There She Goes, yeah, it's a big album that. Happy Mondays are on here. You've got Everything But the Girl with Missing, a huge mid-90s anthem that was. Chumbawamba with Tub Thumping, it had to be here, didn't it? The Boo Radleys, Supergrass, James with Sit Down, of course. You've got Ash, Kula Shaka, Ocean Colour Scene, the Blue Tones. And finishing off CD1, you have Baby Bird, and then you've got The Farm with All Together Now, which I also believe was on Now Footy, or it is used as a Footy-esque song. So that's 21 tracks on CD1. I must admit, I recognise most of them. Some of them I'm not as familiar with. A lot of them, I guess, fall into the, I don't know what you call it, the sort of alternative, rocky. There's some poppy stuff as well, but some stuff from the Britpop scene of the mid-90s. CD2, you've got the Manic Street Preachers kicking things off. R.E.M. with What's the Frequency, Kenneth? Stereophonics, you've got U2 with their song from Batman Forever. The Stone Roses, Fool's Gold is a cracking song, to be fair. Primal Scream, Embrace. Carmond and Butler, They Might Be Giant. Birdhouse in Your Soul's a great song. It's very, like, I guess, like, low-key. It's not, like, as aggressive or in-your-face as some of the other anthems, but I do really love that song. You've got Elastica, Sleeper, Placebo, Hole, Weezer with Buddy Holly, of course. And you got some Wonder stuff on here as well. Scrolling down, the last song is Jeff Buckley with Hallelujah, which, I mean, a surprising choice for an anthem, I suppose, but I guess it makes sense. Hallelujah is a very well-known song, and yes, you've got another 21 tracks there, which takes our total now to 42. CD3 is kicking off with a bit more of a dance vibe. You've got The Prodigy with Firestarter, Underworld with Born Slippy, a fantastic song. You can hear that in the first Trainspotting film. The Chemical Brothers have Hey Boy and Hey Girl, again, another wonderful dance song of their era. Insomnia by Faithless, one of the best dance songs in my opinion. You've got Left Field, Corner Shop, the Stereo MCs, the Soup Dragons, Happy Mondays again, the Farmer here again, some repeat artists, okay, you've got the Mock Turtles, you've got Cast in Spiral Carpets, Long Pigs, Manson, and this one finishes with the Dandy Warhols with Bohemian Like You, so that's another 20 tracks, which takes our total to 62, and CD4 kicks off with Radiohead with Creep, again, obviously a more low-key anthem, but it still does fit the bill, I think. You got Oasis with Don't Look Back in Anger, one of their most iconic songs and definitely an anthem. You got the Manic Street Preachers again, you've got Passengers and Luciano Pavarotti. Cooler Shakers here again, Primal Scream, Stone Roses again, Teenage Fan Club, Space, Babylon Zoo with Spaceman, which, for a fun fact, that was the #1 song in the charts in the UK when I was born. You've got Catatonia, you got the Cardigans, The Beautiful South, great song. Got Dodgy, New Radicals, Republica, The Lightning Seeds, and Travis closes off this album with Why Does It Always Rain on Me? Another 20 songs there, which takes our final total to 82. So 82 songs on this 4-track album. So you've seen the track list. Let's open this up, see what we get on the inside. Now look at that. I think that is the front artwork without the title. I love the sort of paint splat effect that they've gone for. I see it a lot in art museums and stuff like that, but it's a really nice aesthetic, I suppose. And of course, we've got to plug some of the other albums. So that we're plugging Now That's What I Call 12-inch 80s, which was a fantastic album, and now Glam Pop 70s. Both of these had Now reviews of their own. You can check that out on the Now Review playlist. All previous episodes are there. And we did look at these two albums as well. You can also follow Now Music on all their social medias. Highly recommend you do that, so you can be first to know, I guess, what's coming up from them. And the inside, the discs are interesting. We've gone with predominantly grey with the yellow splats. Now, grey does work, and you can see it on the other discs as well. It does work in, obviously, making the yellow stand out more, but with light blue being so predominant on the front cover, I'm surprised they didn't go with a blue tone for this. I thought that might have been even more standout. It's not the best disc design in the world, but I do like the predominant yellow on the cardboard sleeves here, and of course very environmentally friendly, so well done Now, brownie points for that. So this album on the whole then, you've got over 80 tracks on a 4-disc album, which seems to be the new norm at the minute. We've abandoned 3-disc spin-offs for predominantly 4, which is fine, and I don't mind the packaging apart from the creasing. This is an album I think that is going to be very interesting amongst Now fans. Obviously, collectors are going to go for this to add this to their collections. I will say there is a lot of like indie alternative rock type tracks on here, which is great, but if that's not your sort of thing, if that's not your vibe, if that's not your style, if you're more of like the pop scene or the dance scene, then maybe this isn't the album for you. There are pop songs on here, there are dance songs on here. In fact, a lot of CD3 is dance heavy. But yeah, just keep that in mind, because I wouldn't want you to waste your money on an album that you'd be a bit disappointed in. But in terms of where you can get it from, all the usual places, although oddly, do keep this in mind. HMV, for some reason, are selling this for £14.99. Now, everywhere else I've seen this, Amazon are selling it for £10. A lot of the supermarkets are selling it for £10 as well. HMV seem to be the only ones selling it for £15. I don't know why. And it's hard because I ideally don't want to give my money to like things like Amazon because they've got enough money, but it doesn't help. But just keep that in mind. At the minute, HMV's pricing it at £15. That might come down pretty soon, who knows. But yeah, just something to bear in mind. But £10 is roughly the standard price of all these new spin-off albums going forward. Overall, I think this is a great album for like the indie alternative scene now doesn't really delve into that territory that often. So this is quite a good album for that. But again, if that's not your thing, I'd stay well away. But not bad. But that's all for this installment of the Now Review. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please remember to leave a like on this video. It really does help us out. And let me know in the comments, are you picking up this album today, or is it one that you're going to pass over completely? I've been Adam Martin from AMTV. Please subscribe if you're new, really helps out the channel. And until the next one, I will see you guys next time. Thank you to our patrons for helping to support the show, and a special thank you to Macra, Hooks Media, Ben Freeman, Ethan Carberry-Holt, Bruce Danton, The Broken Kitsumanoid, Tobos Krotz, Polsky Liz, Globe of Reviews, Trev Hughes, and Kevin Aikman, our AMTV staff members.